We are live.
Welcome back, I was gonna say my friends, to the third installment of Not Another Serious Podcast. I'm Adam Bongiovanni here with Nick Bongiovanni and Nolan Bongiovanni, and we are here to talk about tonight's Big Brother episode. And yes, I said Nolan Bongiovanni on purpose. Don't think I'm that dumb.
My real last name is Greg.
Greg. Nolan Greg. It's actually Nolan DeYoung, but that's a whole other story for another time. So Nick's going to recap the episode. We're going to start off real nice and fancy.
I actually was going to post the link on my Twitter first.
Oh, okay. You're going to share it.
I know.
Did you tweet it from mine?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, am I going to tweet it from mine? No, I don't know.
Okay, so now this is a real quick second while everyone tweets the link out of our podcast. We want to thank our sponsors.
Baby's Daddy Boys.
We'd like to thank Baby's Daddy's Boys. Baby's Daddy's Boys?
Baby's Daddy Boys.
Baby's Daddy Boys. They sell crop tops. And that's it.
All right.
Yeah, and okay, so we're also going to be taking viewer questions. Oh, wow. I'm getting some tweets about you guys have a podcast. So that's cool. You guys are figuring it out that we do a podcast. We're going to answer viewer questions. So if you're in the chat right now, after we recap the episode and give our thoughts, we're going to hear what you have to say. And we're going to listen to every little comment you guys have about the show tonight and what's going on in the Big Brother world and the Big Brother universe. And we'll get your takes as well. So stay tuned, ask questions, give your opinions. We want to hear them.
Okay, I want to start the recap.
Yeah, let's start the...
All right, so tonight was, I don't want to call it a cluster fuck, but it was. Things were kind of all over the place for me. Post-eviction, we get a DR immediately that Mark thinks that Paul's running the show, and that's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you, that is a beautiful thing to hear when they're all mindless robots the whole time. Then we hear that Cody's happy that Jess isn't there because she doesn't have to spend it with the other house guests anymore. And next, we go over to Raven. It's weird here because they're going to every house guest. Usually you have a simple narrative, and then here it was kind of going crazy.
Yeah, but we don't have to go over everything. So every little thing. Let's back it up a little and talk about what happened with Mark and Paul. So Mark obviously calls out the fact that Paul's running the game, and I'm a big fan of woke Mark. I think it's great that people are starting to realize, oh man, this little big Daddy Paul or little Daddy Paul is running the show, and I'm gonna call him that until he gets evicted because he is running the show and he's their father and he's controlling the house. So for Mark to realize, okay, Paul's doing everything. It's good on him. It shows that he's aware of his surroundings and aware maybe it's time to make a move. Obviously, he doesn't have the numbers. So Nolan, what is Mark's best move going forward, even though the whole house is all Paul's butthole?
Now, I saw this, and obviously the fan in me got really excited about it, but and then I pulled back immediately because every single season, almost every season, there's always a ringleader, a puppet master, if you will. And there's always someone who figures it out and just goes home immediately, and none of his minions ever realize. So I think I was very excited for Mark to call it out and talk to Jason about it, all the whole 9 yards. But I know that it's probably not going to work. It's really nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to come of it. So if worse comes to worse, Paul finds out that Mark's conspiring against his throne, and Paul gets all mad and is like, "We have to take him out. We have to take him out." All Simmons are, "Yes, Paul." So I'm not going to get too excited about it, but I think there's a little bit,
a little
hope because I love how Mark is trying really, really coming to play right now.
Yeah, and Nick, we'll get to your opinion in a sec. I just think that it's good of Mark, but does he really have the ammunition to take a shot at Paul right now?
It's too little, too late at this point. Okay, Mark wins HOH. He tries to take Paul. He doesn't have anywhere near the numbers. So it's great that he's finally realizing it. And it's great that he maybe kind of is the only one to realize it. But it's way too little too late. And one thing I want to point out, I like that Jason didn't necessarily go run back and tell Paul. Now, I didn't see the feeds when this was happening, so he might have. But I think they would have shown that in the show tonight. So I'm happy that Jason didn't tattle back to Paul right after he got that info from Mark.
No, that was a good... I guess that was good on him for not running directly back to his daddy and say, Paul, Mark wants you out, and they're like, no. So I guess it's good. It's good on that. So okay, what happened after the whole Mark maybe conspiring against Paul?
Prior to that, we learned that Alex wants everyone to play the Temptation Cup. She's like, you all have to play, and then Elena leaves the room or something, and she's like, she's going up. They want Elena and Mark up, right? So we know that they're next in line besides Cody. So then we get a wild Matt DR. Right? I'm not sure if he even had a DR, but he says that he wants to volunteer to lose the Temptation competition. You want to go?
Yeah, well, Matt's the definition of a team player, but this is Big Brother and there's no teams. So he's like the guy you want like when you're playing like kickball in like middle school because he'll do what it takes to win. But I don't think he realizes that everyone doesn't split the money when it's all said and done. There was a Matt quote the other night. He actually said, if we get Cody out this week, Paul will not be nominated to at least Final Five. He's not worried about himself getting nominated. He's worried about Paul getting nominated. Nolan, talk about Matt's game.
Matt's game. Now, in a sick, weird reality where Mark goes to Final Two, I could imagine him, Matt, in a sick, altered reality where Matt goes to the Final Two, and I can imagine it. The final plea speeches, Matt stands up and goes, why do I deserve to get your vote? I went up as a pawn twice, and that's about it. So, I mean, as good, if I like that alliance, if I like that side of the house, I would be like, yeah, go Matt. You're doing a great job. Like, you're being a team player. That's cool. Helping your side get further in this game. That's a good move. But, I mean, at this point, how far does that move really go? Does Paul really look at it and say, wow, Matt is really earning my trust? He doesn't care, because as soon as it comes down to it, theoretically, if Paul's alliance, if Paul's side of the house all made it to the final, whatever, 6, Matt is going first.
Yeah.
Matt's probably going to go, let's see, okay, so they want to go after Mark and Elena, and then they want to take on Matt and Raven.
Yeah.
Pecking order.
Yeah, Matt's obviously going to go before Raven, I would say, just because he's more of a threat and more competitive. So, obviously, he's bottom of the barrel, but I guess he's trying to earn his keep and move up in the barrel. It's not going to work.
So, what's that the hair dye company for men, just for men?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Matt's playing for, like a sponsorship deal with them on Instagram after this.
He's got it.
He'll get 5,000 likes and a move on. So we have the Matt spiel. Like, Matt obviously proves he knows nothing about Big Brother, which he has done all season. And then what happens after?
No, wait. He did watch 16.
Oh, yeah, well, that's a great season. Okay, so he watched 16 where Derek ran the show, so obviously he thinks that's what's supposed to happen here, and Paul's going to run the show.
Okay, so the house guests start hearing a bunch of weird noises, and Paul says, because I've played this game before, I know that you have to pay attention to these things.
That was honestly, in past podcasts, we've played the game of Worst Diary Room.
Yeah.
I just want to throw it out there right now. That was by far the worst. I physically cringed. I at this point, more than 50 days, all of them are veterans. He doesn't have to pretend like he's like the ringleader anymore, where he's the only one who knows what Big Brother is. Yeah. Everyone knows. I don't care if it's the first day of Big Brother, you get in the house and you hear noises coming from the loudspeakers, you listen. Yes. He doesn't have to clarify that.
No, it's Paul trying to overcompensate for his lack of many great qualities.
Okay, he has a cool beard.
He does have a cool beard.
Yes.
But
all right, so then we get to the Den of Tempcomp, as I like to call it, or the Den of Temptation competition. And shake your head at him. I don't care. So then what happens? Okay, so the thing is, the goal of the competition is to pick the room you're in when they hold these previously stated weird noises. So it starts with Matt throwing it and Cody throwing it. I think the first 3 noises they hear, they both get it wrong, which is right for them. And then on noise number 4, Cody picks the wrong room. What are you doing, bro?
Hold on, let's talk about what's happening with the competition. Okay, so Cody, because we have to specify that Cody's goal here is to lose.
Yeah.
So he's the 3rd nominee, and he ensures his chance to play in veto. Because obviously, if he doesn't come in last in this competition, the Den of Temptation, there's a great chance that he could just get backdoor and they don't nominate him, and then he goes home without a fighting chance. So he's trying to lose, and Matt's trying to do the same thing to prevent Cody from getting a chance to play veto. Yeah. They want to backdoor Cody. So they're doing this Den of Temptation competition, and like Nick said, Cody gets the 4th one wrong or correct, which in his case is wrong. This is very complicated.
It's super confusing.
Yeah, it's so Cody gets it correct. Mark's doing great in this competition because he has to keep proving himself and making sure that he's safe because he knows that he's next up after Cody on the pecking order. And so Nolan, how do you feel about Cody's strategy? Should he have tried to win this, or was it a good move trying to throw it?
Look, I think it was an awesome move. It finally shows that Cody is playing the game. This episode really showed a lot. He was trying to play a little bit. We'll get to that a little later when he goes to Elena. But I think it shows that he's really down to play, and he really is sticking by his plan of at least taking a couple people out that he wants to not win the 500,000. But I think he wouldn't have made the move if Jess didn't do the same thing the week before. Yeah. Like, I think if Jess didn't kind of think of that plan for him the week before, he probably would have no idea what to do at that point. But still, it shows that he's into the game and he wants to really save himself. But at the same time, I I don't understand how you. It's out of all the rooms to pick. There's so many rooms to pick. You could pick the bathroom. I mean, how often are you in the bathroom? What percent of the day are you in the bathroom?
Was that a choice?
Yeah,
That's a choice.
Yeah.
The little like chess playing area outside of the
but
HOH
he's there
room
a
was a
lot.
choice. Yeah,
He's there a lot.
True.
He plays chess a lot by himself.
but there out of all the rooms to pick from, the have not room is probably the room that he spends top 3 amounts of time in. So, like Paul said, I hate to agree with Paul. But like Paul said, why didn't he just pick the HOH room? He knows he was never in that room all week because it was during Josh's HOH, right? He knows he wasn't in Josh's HOH room hanging out with Josh shooting the shit. Yeah. So I don't know. I think he had a better choice. But overall, good idea by Cody, just bad execution.
Good idea. But, like, dude, it just bothers me, like, because there's been so many wrong decisions. Cody does this wrong. Cody does this wrong. Finally does something kind of right and he fucks it up. Mm-hmm. Like, the problem with this is when there's 11 people left, there's something that bothers me is it's so easy to backdoor someone. It's so easy just to, put 2 people up there. And even when the temptation comes, it's so easy to backdoor someone. So Cody has no fighting chance. When you look at it from any perspective, he's dead in the water. There's nothing he can do. You need 1 number. You need 2 numbers. You need pretty much 5 numbers here to do anything. Mm-hmm. And Cody just can't.
Yeah, so Cody obviously screws himself over, and he gets 1 right. Matt gets the rest of his questions wrong, and he comes in last place, ensuring that he goes on the block. Cody obviously gets 1 right and doesn't come in last, which in this situation is coming in last in a way. It's terribly confusing.
Matt's missed.
Yeah, Matt is going on the block and Cody's not, so he's gonna have to see if he gets picked for the veto. So we come inside. And it starts this weird kitty boo-boo situation, which bothers me so much because, I don't know, every single day I want to like Christmas and I just really can't.
Oh,
so Christmas sees Elena, Cody, and Mark in the little parlor room.
Marlene Odie.
And they're talking about, they were talking game, which he was correct. And I think they were solidifying the fact that if Cody wins POV, he'll use it on Elena, making Paul's alliance have to turn on one of their own. So then Christmas proceeds to say, Mark, get out here. Of course, everyone has to pick on Mark. For some reason, everyone picks on Mark.
Pick on the biggest guy in the jail. I know. That's how it works.
The biggest, nicest guy. Let's just pick on the guy with the best heart. That's how Big Brother works. So she begins to call him out and say, you're playing both sides. You're running game with Cody. And she obviously is not happy with what Mark's doing. And she's shown that before. So, Nick, how do you feel with the whole Cody Christmas altercation?
All right, this is something that's like a rule in this house. One of Dictator Paul's rules is that you can't be seen talking to someone at the bottom. The isolated person, like Dominique was, like Cody and Jess were, the isolated person or persons is the isolated person, and you can't go near them because they have the plague and or polio. So what bothers me about this is Big Brother is a social game, and when you take away social ties, it stops becoming that game for some people. I don't like it. I don't like how that's their way of playing things. And I like Mark for, being friends with Cody to an extent. I like seeing Kevin talk to Cody. I hate that when you talk to someone, you get the whip. It's frustrating. I hate seeing that.
And you can disagree with a lot of that Kevin has done with the whole Christmas situation. But Kevin talks to Cody and he says, you know what? Just in case Cody comes back, wins POV, wins HOH, I want to be on his good side. But even forget about that. He's talking to the guy. He's having a 2-minute conversation at breakfast. And Alex has to squeal at her master, Paul, and just run back and tell everyone. And it's just so terrible that, let these people talk. I get paranoia is high in the Big Brother house, but let people talk to the person who's being isolated, because Cody's been isolated for the last 6 weeks. Yeah. So, Nolan, do you think it was a bad move on Kevin and Mark's part for both talking to Cody? Do you think it's a bad move for anyone to talk to Cody at this point in the game?
I think that Paul's paranoia is rubbing off on his side of the house. I was very angered about Christmas calling out Mark because it's not see I understand with Kevin a little bit, not a lot, because I hate agreeing with Alex, but I agree to an extent. It kind of looks sketchy to the point where you don't know what Kevin's trying to do. Here's this guy that everyone trusts, but isn't really this crazy opinionated guy who has a huge impact on that side of the house, but overall has the trust of everyone. So you can see where she's coming from when she thinks that he's trying to gain a number on his side. But with Christmas calling out Mark, they said it in the argument about how she's like, you're just floating, yada, yada, yada. It's not like Mark said in his diary room, it's not a surprise that he's floating. That's the only option that Mark has left. They isolated him. They exiled him on this right after Cody's POV, where he tried putting Paul up in the first week, and Paul pulled out his Den of Temptation little pendant of protection from the gods of Allison Grodner. Mark has been exiled like Cody because they saw him as Cody's closest ally. Now, I understand where Mark is coming from playing both sides of the house, but for Christmas to call him out on that, even though everyone is aware of the fact that he's keeping his ties with Cody, I don't know. I see her as trying too hard to kind of call him out into she's being influenced by Paul, the Paul's influence. And I don't know. I'm trying to like Christmas because I don't hate her. She's kind of like that middleman for me, like where I really don't care that much about what she does because she at the end of the day she's just a Paul number. But I don't know. I just don't like how she's trying too hard. Like it really wasn't that big of a deal. She could have easily just went back up to her side, Paul and like friends in the HOH room and said, "Hey, just guys, letting you know, they're talking game in the room."
Yeah.
But she didn't have to call him out. She was just being influenced by that whole Josh and Paul, let's call him out to kind of shake up the house kind of deal.
Yeah. I think that people have to make a decision on Paul. I mean, not Paul, Mark. Josh is best friends with him one day and then hates him the next. And Christmas pretends to be nice to him. I feel like what Christmas is trying to do is more for the audience tonight. I think this had nothing to do with game. There was no gaining from calling Mark out. Like, talk to your alliance. You know, maybe she wanted to bring it to everyone's attention that he's aligned with Cody. But everyone kind of knows that already. Yeah. She's not bringing anything new to the table here. And her calling him Kitty Boo Boo, which is I think is the dumbest, most condescending thing.
Playing a character.
Yeah, it feels like she's trying to be this character that she's not, and like garner fans in that way. And then Josh says, "Oh, I don't like that you're playing both sides, bro. It's Big Brother. Get over it."
Also, it's redundant at this point.
Yes.
All right, the whole side of the house knows Mark's going.
Exactly.
They understand it. To call him out in front of the same people you talk to that about makes no sense, and it's redundant. It's either one for TV or two just to look good to your alliance. Like, oh, look what I did. I called Mark out.
Yeah.
We get it. The house gets it. The producers get it. Every single person watching gets it. Mark is aligned with Cody to an extent. There's no need to call it out. He's already a target. It did nothing for her. It did nothing for Mark. It did nothing for anyone in the house.
Yeah.
It didn't help or hurt Mark's game because it's been said 60 times.
You know, I love what the game Mark's playing right now because it's really all he can do, like Nolan said. At this point in the game for Mark, he really has to play both sides and be a floater. And being a floater is not a bad strategy. Rachel Riley made everyone think that being a floater is a terrible strategy. If you can float decently, like it's a solid gameplay. Like, June won Big Brother 4 because she floated.
Andy Herron won Big Brother 15 because he floated.
If you could be a successful floater, that's one of the best strategies, honestly, most successful strategies, proven success in the Big Brother house is floating, successfully floating. Because if you could successfully float and gain trust of every single person in the house, especially when there's two established sides, then guess what? You're a great social player.
I don't think Mark's a good floater, though.
No.
The fact that everyone knows, like, you have to be more, I don't know if you could be discreet with this bunch because they call in every time someone's with Cody.
Yeah.
But Mark's not doing a good job because the greatest floaters, the best people, like Andy Herron, when he floated, everyone just like, oh, it's Andy. He's with everyone.
Yeah.
With Mark, they're like, look at him with Cody. We know it.
I think also that's a reflection on this season that everyone's so okay. You're either with us or against us with like the whole Paul alliance. You're either on Paul's side or you're not. You play with me or you play against me. So everyone's like, okay, you're either with us, Mark, or you're not. And obviously, he's on the outs. He knows that he's in the bottom three people in the house that everyone wants to go home. He's starting to win competitions, paint that bigger target on his back. So you know what? I feel like he's doing the best he could right now. And you know, Mark's got a good heart, so he's fun to root for. I hope that if, obviously, we'll get to the nominations and the veto in a second when we give away some spoilers, but I hope if Cody goes on this week, that Mark wins on the double eviction HOH, and we can see Mark in power for a bit and take a shot at either Josh or Paul or Alex. I'll take anyone.
Okay, so we have to rewind a bit because we missed the part where Cody and Elena had that little discussion. Was it in the have-not room or the red room?
Yeah,
red room, I think. Okay. So Elena comes in there and Cody goes, so you're a pawn? She goes, yeah, I am. I'm going to be the pawn. And Cody tells her that Kevin told him about the foursome alliance of Kevin, Jason, Alex, and Paul, and that they try to recruit Cody. Now, obviously, you know, information is currency in this game. And the fact that Cody's finally starting to use the little information he has as personal currency is a good thing, and I'm happy to see it. Like I said, maybe too little too late, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah, no, Cody's trying here. It's just, if you were Elena Nolan, would you believe Cody? Yes or no? Like, how if Cody comes to you and says, "Look, They came to me. They're trying to work with me and pull me in. You and Mark are next on the hit list. Would you believe in me? Obviously, he's played a pretty honest game thus far.
Yeah, I would. If I was in Elena's shoes, I believe I would trust Cody because at this point, Cody hasn't really played the game. Cody really hasn't played from a social standpoint. He really hasn't played. So I feel like if I was in Elena's shoes, I would be like, okay, this is a guy who really hasn't made any crazy moves or would have any reason to backstab me and give me false information. So yeah, I think she was right in trusting him. And also, I just like to say from Cody's standpoint, I think this just proves that when Cody was gone, Jess was playing a better game. And when Jess is gone, Cody's playing a better game. They're better single players than together. Because when they're together, all they want to do is kiss and do whatever they want in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like this side of Cody where he's playing a little bit of a game. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, he's thinking.
That brings up an interesting point about all showmances. BB13, Brendan and Rachel, together. Brendan gets taken out twice. Rachel's game gets better exponentially. Yes. Jeff and Jordan, they were targeted BB11, final 5. Jeff goes, Jordan wins the game. It's a proven fact at this point, right, that if you're not in a showman's, it's better for your game than being in a showman's. We had a little weird patch in 17 and 18 where some showmances did make it far, but I think at the end of the day, when you look at it from just a logical standpoint, being in a showman's is worse for your game more times than it is better for your game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, of course, having a showman's partner is awesome because, one, you could trust them 100%, or you think you could trust them 100%. Look at Marlena. Like, I don't think Marlena even trusts Mark 50%. Like, I feel like they're, like, turning on each other without turning on each other.
Yeah, in a showman's where the couples are, like, head over heels in love with each other, like Jess and Cody were like Brennan and Rachel were like Jeff and Jordan were like that I feel like that's more damaging to your game than it is beneficial.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think having a showman's is beneficial at times, but for the most part, you're a target because you're in a pair, and I don't think it's ever good to be in a pair. And I think that Big Brother will start transitioning back to showmances are dangerous, especially after Nicole won last season. We could still actually, let's think of the showmances. It doesn't look likely that anyone Raven and Matt most likely won't win or make the end. Cody's going to be out within the next few weeks. Mark and Lena have a small chance of making the end too. It looks like no showmancers are going to make the end.
Okay, I think we should start doing right now is while we're still recapping, there's a lot of comments coming in, right? So let's just kind of filter them in.
Do you want me to?
No, I can do it. Okay. Queen Ruby says that last season a showman's won. So in that aspect, right, it helped her.
Yeah.
It helped her because Cody was connected to the guys and Corey, the one letter. Corey was connected to the guys and it helped. But when you're isolated like a Jess and a Cody, it helps nothing. You need that connection to the majority of the house. And if your showmance helps you do that, then I see where Queen Ruby is coming from.
Also, I'd like to add, look at Jeff and Jordan, season 11, where Jeff was clearly the better game player and the bigger target. Now, I'm not saying that Corey was a better game player than Nicole because Nicole was clearly had a better head on her shoulders. But every time anyone wanted to target Corey, it would be Corey and Paulie. Or like they would never target Nicole because they immediately just naturally in Big Brother, there's very physical aspect to it, and obviously Corey was a bigger threat than Nicole, just like Cody's a bigger threat than Jess, and there's like this shield aspect when in relation to Corey and Nicole, it's very similar to Jeff and Jordan because when Jeff guided her to the final 5, and then Jordan just went on and won.
The rest.
She did the rest, which really wasn't that hard because Jeff put her in like the best scenario possible. If she lost, she was horrible. Yeah. I mean, not that she's a great winner, she's probably one of the worst winners, but
take that back.
But at the end of the day, she was put in a very good situation, just like Nicole was put in a very good situation.
Yeah, and I think Nicole and Corey were, I guess, as much as people hate on them, I do think they had a solid partnership and a solid grasp on the game. People made fun of Corey a lot last season. I think Corey played a way better game than people give him credit for. I think he was a solid social player. He was a 6'5" D1 baseball player, and people really didn't target him for being physical. He was very on the block. So let's get back to this season, though. Nick, we have any more questions?
Oh, you want to keep going to questions, or you want to continue the recap and then we'll?
Yeah, finish there because I don't think we have much more for the recap.
True. Okay, let's do some questions. All right, Chrissy. Oh, it's Chrissy. I'm pretty sure it's the old Chrissy used to watch us way back in the day.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Hey, Chrissy. Nicole and Corey matched stay in the DL and had good social games. I think Corey had a better social game than Nicole. If we're going to talk about last season a bit, Corey had more connections to the house. Paulie was tied to Nicole because he knew her. They knew each other's families.
I
Like
mean,
that-
mostly every connection that they had was through Corey. Nicole kind of just sat in the back and worried. That's
Yeah,
pretty much what she did.
Victor was Corey. Paulie was Corey. And Paulie was her man. Paul, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Corey deserves more credit than people give him credit for. And I think Nicole, people shit on Nicole. I don't think she's a terrible winner. I think she played a solid, she was like the worst version. Like Andy Herron's a great winner in my opinion. I think Nicole played kind of like a smaller version of his game. Okay, so do we have any comments or questions about tonight's episode?
Just who do you think's playing the best game? We'll get to that after the recap.
Okay, so let's go to nominations then. We haven't we haven't talked about who got nominated. So Alex, obviously, we all know what she's gonna do. Exactly what Paul wants.
She had the best line of, "This is a group effort, guys. No, it's your HOH. You can make the decision."
Yeah, and she pretends that she might not want to target Cody. Obviously, she doesn't put up Cody because she wants to backdoor him. She puts up Elena.
Yeah.
Jason, her number one ally, because obviously they're backdooring Cody, and Jason's good for whatever anyone wants him to do. And Matt goes up because he lost the competition. So those three are up. None of them are the real target. If something goes terribly wrong, Elena will go.
Yeah, Elena's the backup plan.
So something that really bothered me about what I saw in the feeds is that Alex suggested Paul going up. And I don't think they showed that tonight's episode. Alex said, hey, why don't I put Paul up? And Jason said, well, no, then Paul might go home, so I'm going to go up. So Jason basically sacrificed his own game for Paul, for someone you met 53 days ago, bro. Like, what are you doing?
And that was after Mark warned him about Paul. So it's not like he's new to this information that Paul's running the ship.
It's really, really, really annoying to watch. I always have the little feeling like, I'm like, okay, so when is the turn going to happen? When is Paul's alliance going to realize that he's going to go on and win? But every single time, every single episode, they're just getting more and more deep into this whole Paul's winning. Like it almost seems like, I'm not saying this is like, I'm not saying anything about Big Brother, but like if you were an outside source and you didn't really know, I would think that Big Brother planted these people and said, we're going to pay you money to help Paul win.
Yeah,
like that's how it's going right
They
now.
got
And
good
it's
people to do
ridiculous.
it.
Yeah, it's really bad, man. Like it's very annoying to watch people who are in great situations that aren't kind of conspiring a little bit. They should be if I was Alex and obviously Jason's one of her most trusted lines, I'll pull him to the side and be like, yo, eventually we got to start talking about when we're going to get Paul. Because right now they're in a great situation. They're probably going to easily get Cody out. They're going to pretty easily get Mark and Elena out. Like eventually the numbers are just too great for them to fight against it. Unless Mark, Elena, and Cody have the greatest run in the history of Big Brother, they're in a pretty bad spot. Yeah. So if I was in Alex's shoes, and at least in my head, or if I was in Jason's shoes in my own head, maybe not really saying it because you don't want to spoil that, in my own head, I would be thinking, okay, what is a situation where I can get Paul out? Because if I go to the end with Paul, I'm not winning.
Right, exactly. Paul's going to beat anyone at this point. And Paul's trying to he said to Kevin last week, oh, like, I'm a vet. They're going to vote for a newbie. I have no chance of winning. Kevin goes, you're right. Like, Kevin doesn't get the game enough because he hasn't watched enough. All right, let's go to some comments, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jaden said it's crazy how they're doing everything he says. I thought there would be more questioning right now. We all agree with that 100%.
We were nervous that Paul was going to go week one without. We didn't know about the temptation yet, I don't believe.
No, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because I'm talking about first episode.
Maybe prior to the show airing. When we do
I'm
Paul's in the house.
talking about the first episode was airing. We said, oh man, Paul's he's gonna get targeted really quick, and it's day 50, and I don't think maybe one besides Cody and Jess, has anyone even suggested Paul going on the block? Besides maybe Mark now, but like outside of these 3 to 4 people, nobody said anything about him. And in Big Brother, they have so much time to talk and throw out scenarios, and just nobody's even thinking about Paul right now. It's getting so bad that Jose's tweeting about Paul, like everyone handing him the season, and that was one of his boys.
And Jose, where does he have room to talk about gameplay?
No,
Jose was the Messiah. Like he's the
best to ever do it.
He potentially has a chance if Big Brother goes a second chance this season.
Yeah. Wait, like OTT. Oh wait, he did get a chance.
All right, I'm gonna go through some more comments. Okay. Yeah. Jordan says if Paul wins, I feel like he deserves it. I agree. You agree? You agree?
Yeah.
All right.
Easy.
Chrissy says I think production has rigged the game for Paul to win a bit too much. I mean, he's the only vet and he got 3 weeks safety.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding,
They get. I mean, building the social aspect, building that whole
friendship
his little friend. Yeah. Building his alliance around him. Yeah. That wasn't production. Production was handing him the first 3 weeks because they knew he was going to go without it. But production didn't hand him these people who were these morons who just follow him around. But I don't know. Obviously, there was a little we don't know what would have happened if he didn't get the friendship bracelets or he didn't get the Den of Temptation.
That was putting him on a pedestal, though. See, here's 8 friendship bracelets to make 8 ties with a potential alliance.
Very
You know
true.
what I'm saying? They were giving him this power.
But didn't he also give Cody one?
No, he didn't. Let's
Oh.
play a game. How many of the friendship bracelets is he still on with now? He gave one to Elena. Still on with. Kind of. Ish.
Ramses.
He gave one to Ramses, rest in peace. He gave one to Dominique, rest in peace.
Kevin.
He gave one to Kevin, still there. He gave one to. He didn't give one to Cowboy.
Did you give one to Alex? Did you give one to Alex?
No, Alex
No.
was against Cody.
Maybe he did go one to Cowboy.
I think
Actually,
he did give one to Cowboy.
Oh, he did. He did.
Mark, give one to Mark.
But it's
No?
actually Raven.
Yeah.
He didn't give one to Matt. Okay, it actually hasn't really carried.
Yeah.
there.
No.
Wow.
So it really didn't mean anything, but it just put Paul on this pedestal where everyone's like, "Wow, he's important. He's cool. He's the Fonzie of this
Yeah,
season."
I personally know if I was coming off of Big Brother 18, where I was a huge Paul fan, and if I'm in Big Brother 19 and Paul comes walking into the house, I would be like, oh, America loves him.
Like,
America loves him. But I would know in a super fan mentality, I would know that Big Brother was gonna at least give him a couple weeks of fighting for him and hoping that he doesn't come because that's just bad for the ratings.
Yeah.
So I would personally align with him. So I mean, I can't blame them, but I also wouldn't be I wouldn't want to be his little minion where
Yeah, you wouldn't bend over and be like, "Spank me, Paul." Like you would.
I
make
would.
your own
You
moves.
would never hear me mutter the words, but then Paul would go up.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Let's send this bearded mofo home."
I
Like,
said this once. I said in an alternate universe, Cameron is running the house, and they're all following him around like minions, and Paul went out night 1.
imagine that they're like, "Nobody took the temptation." Sorry, Paul. And they're like, "And the new HOH, Cameron." Okay, so
Oh yeah, there's videos of Raven dancing on
Yeah,
that. That's
that is
crazy.
okay. All right, were
Um,
you guys ever rooting for Jessica and Cody? I just came on, so I don't know if you talked. There's been times in the season where I'm like, I wish they would win to flip the house around. I'm not like right now. I do enjoy watching Cody. I'm not. I know he said some questionable things, but I like watching him right now, especially on the feeds, and he's trying to kind of intertwine with the house guests, which is pretty cool to see. I do always root for the underdog at certain times because you want to see the house flip. You want to see drama and entertainment. Of course, that's why I watch Big Brother, for drama and entertainment. So yeah, there's times like right now I want Cody to win the POV. Obviously, we'll get to spoilers in a little bit. We all know how that turned out. So yeah, there's ups and downs with who I'm rooting for. Like there's times where I'm like, Josh is insane, and I want him to stay in the house because he's insane. But right now, I feel like the only person I could really say I'm rooting for is Mark.
Very good question right here. If not Cody or Mark, this is from Sharina Bluford, by the way. If not Cody or Mark, who do you think will take the first shot at Paul? And if not Cody or Mark, I'm going to have to say, I don't know. This is tough. Jason, I don't know.
If I had to pick from his alliance,
Jason, because he has that info from Mark, you know? He's getting it a little bit, right?
I could see Jason saying, maybe we should take a shot at Paul, and then getting shut down immediately, not doing it. But I guess if I had to go with someone that was on his side, I would go with Christmas. Do you want to know why? Because Christmas showed a flash, a little glimmer of hope last week where she was talking to Josh and said, this is your HOH. Don't let him tell you what to do. So it shows that Christmas has backbone, and it shows that Christmas won't let other people play her game when I think she's aware that she's in a good spot and she doesn't want to go against it. But at the same time, I feel like Christmas is in a situation where she knows that she's a big character.
Yeah.
She knows that she is outside of the house, that she has her own business and everything, and she wants to look good. She wants to make that big move. I think she's the most willing to make a big move other than the people who are outside of the alliance.
I pray.
We pray. As Justin Bieber said, we pray. So is there any other questions?
Yeah, we're actually going to consider
Alright,
a lot of questions. Who do you see winning the game from this moment?
I think it's. We said the other day that it could be like anyone. Like we named some people, but like it seems like Paul has a walk to the final 5, and then when he's there, I feel like he has a great shot to just either win out or have them all be like, you know what, Paul deserves to be here. Like I don't know if they're just going crazy or delusional at that point, but it's tough for me to see anyone besides Paul. Maybe someone like Christmas. Like I really don't know. I don't think Alex has a chance.
I think you know who I think wins? I said this the other day. Josh. Paul's going to get taken out at 4. Josh somehow makes the final 2, and they're all going to say, Ian Terry, oh my God. Like, it's like that same thing, like we want him to win.
Yeah, but Ian wasn't as hated as Josh is.
Who hates Josh in the jury?
They're going to be like,
Cody?
he's this big moron.
Cody, Mark won't vote for
But they're
him.
going to say he was at the bottom at the beginning,
Yeah.
and he
You got to
came
remember,
around.
Cody, Mark, and Elena, that's 3 votes right there.
Yeah.
I think Elena would vote for Josh. Elena would. in my opinion.
I
But
feel like
Josh is also the number one person she wants out and who wants her out of the house. I saw a feed update today where she said, where she was talking about who, if you were on HOH, who would be your target? And she said Josh, because Josh is the only person in the house that truly, 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 at the bottom of his heart wants her out. And we know Josh, even from the first day, that he gets these weird things that he knows what's happening. Like when he took the apple in the first competition, because he's like, you knew why I got this. So I think that at the end, depending on who's up against him, I think that not a lot of people should vote Josh.
I think Josh versus Matt, he wins. I think Josh versus Raven, he wins.
that's not going to happen. Those scenarios.
I think Josh versus Kevin, there's a good chance. There's a chance he wins.
No,
You don't think so?
chance.
I think
No
Kevin.
chance?
I think Kevin has the trust of every single person in the
You're
house.
probably right. I retract that statement.
No, I think Kevin is going to get out of soon.
Yeah, I think Kevin will be gone
Kevin's
before.
gonna
that.
be
Yeah,
gone.
I think Kevin. A week can change a lot, and I think this week changed a lot for Kevin.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I want him to win. I'm saying that I think he's going to get drugged there, and I think some weird things will happen.
But I could see Christmas being like, I played on 1 foot and I scooted around this place. But she has to realize, and I know that'll be her argument, and that she's this powerful, strong woman, which is true in a lot of ways. But it's also she's not competing at all, and Big Brother is still partially a physical game, and she's doing absolutely nothing to contribute to winning HOHs or POVs or Den of Temptations or Battle of the Block or any potential competition she cannot win. I mean, it's like anything.
I think in Christmas's sake, if I can honestly say, if I was in the Big Brother house and I would win against Christmas in the final 2, I think I would know what to say to go against her. At the same time as if I was Christmas, she had to rely solely on her social game, which is a very good point. But at the same time, if I was against Christmas, I would be like, look, you literally just got dragged along by your alliance. You never won anything, a competition to help yourself. And I understand that you had to play the social game, but from a Big Brother as a whole outlook, she just got dragged along by her alliance, like literally dragged.
Yeah. Who do we see Paul taking to the end? I think he's going to go with Whistlenut and Alex. I see that final 3 happening, and I think that Paul would beat either of them.
Okay, so the other day, this is a little feed update. You guys would probably hear this in the show eventually. He didn't name them in his ideal final 5. He named him, Kevin, Josh, Raven, and maybe Alex. It might have been Alex as the 5th.
Yeah.
But he wants to take weak competitors that he knows he can beat. That's exactly how he phrased it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And on top of that, we're gonna give some spoilers about what happened with the POV competition. So if you don't want to listen, you don't want to know, you're gonna wait for the episode. Don't listen right now. Mute it for the next 30 seconds.
30 seconds spoilers.
What had happened was Cody did not get selected to play in the POV, and who won the POV? I'm blanking.
Yeah, well, let them mute it for a second, just in case.
No, because it's delayed, so they'll be able to mute it anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did win POV?
How we blanking?
Oh,
I know,
Maddie.
Oh, Matt won.
That's why Furniture won POV. That's why we're forgetting.
He's apparently going to take Jason off, because if he takes himself off, there's no replacement. Takes Jason off, he stays on the block. It's him against Elena versus Cody, and the house versus Cody votes Cody out. That's the plan right now. Just a quick feed update. So it's not looking good for the Codester.
Yeah.
Is that so? What else we got to talk about? Is that the whole episode pretty much?
That's definitely the whole episode. I was gonna see if we had any more questions from the people in the chat. They're all having discussions about it. I love it. Everyone in the chat's discussing like who they think's gonna win and whatnot. Chrissy has no clue why Christmas couldn't do the Temptation comp because it was pretty much easier, compared to some of the other comps. I agree. Christmas isn't
I think because they were nervous about there's a lot of cluster, and they do any risk. I said this from the beginning. When Christmas broke her foot, she should have just been brought back next season. She should have just been said, "Hey, I'm really sorry. This is like, I can't think of a situation when she can't compete in a competition where they're so cautious that they don't want her running and bumping into someone. Like, just send her home. Promise it was early enough. If it was in the middle of the season, that'd be one thing. It was in the very beginning where they could have gotten rid of her and said, "Look, we'll invite you back next season."
Yes,
it was like
that's what have I done. It was literally week 2. It wasn't like now. If it happened right now, I'd say okay, she can stay in because she's played to this.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And
somebody said, "Didn't Elena blow up?" And there was a fight between Alex and Elena. Another quick spoiler. It has nothing to do with POV or anything. It has something to do with POV, but I'm not going to give away.
Yeah, don't the ones that haven't given.
They had a fight. They don't like each other at the moment. We'll see if that plays out this week, next week, whenever. But there's implications.
Yeah, and that it did hurt Elena's chance of staying, and it helped Cody a bit. we still don't know what's going to come of it. I don't know if it's going to really cause any major repercussions, but it could. So it would be fun to see some fireworks. Alex is very hot-headed, and I feel like she's emotional.
Yeah.
So if you like offend her when she's HOH, she feels like she's queen. You shouldn't mess with the queen.
Petty queen.
This is also very bad on Elena's part. Because Elena has this weird knack for arguing with the HOH in a situation where she should just be laying low.
Listen, dude, Elena just wants to be here to further her entertainment career.
I like Elena too, but her saying, I just want to be here to further my career and I need more exposure is so cringe. And Elena, you know what? If you're here for that, at least pretend you're not.
That's desperation at its finest right there, folks.
You're not going to get famous from Big Brother. They say it every season. You get a partial 2-month fame and then you go back to normal life.
But sadly, they get vets who always tell people that. They always get vets who are like, you're going to be famous when you get out of here.
Paul didn't this time.
I know, but I would love to just go in there and rain on people's parade.
You're not going to be famous. Get over it, bitch. All right, so yeah, that's
we're good. Andy.
We're good. Okay, wow, that was fun. We appreciate all the questions and
thanks,
comments.
guys.
We're going to be our next show. Okay, so here's a little update what we're doing. We're obviously going to do the Big Brother podcast every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday after every episode. But we're also doing a YouTube podcast where we bring on some of our YouTube friends. Talk to them kind of behind the scenes, the ups and downs of YouTube, what they like about YouTube, what sucks, the sus YouTubers that they know.
Yeah,
we're gonna spill some. They're gonna spill some figurative tea.
Yeah, where we really want to go unfiltered at this point. We really want an unfiltered take on YouTube because I feel like everyone is very
PC.
Yeah, they tiptoe around all the hot topics and all the big YouTubers because they don't want to get heat on that. Like we want an unfiltered, raw take on everyone's opinion. So that's
like a hot take, real quick. One of the douchiest YouTubers and worst YouTubers ever met is Lohanthony. Such a piece of shit. And like we will talk. Like Ryan has had bad situations with him. We'll ask him questions about that. So we'll keep you guys posted with that.
We also have Big Brother people coming on.
Yeah, we have some former Big Brother.
One, right?
Yeah, no, let's keep it a secret. We have some former Big Brother house guests from previous seasons that want to talk to us about Big Brother and their experience on the show, as well as this current season and their takes on what's going on inside the BB house. Got that coming up. So expect like 3 to 4 podcasts every week, and like we're having a blast with this. So we appreciate anyone who watches.
Yeah.
But thanks for giving the video a thumbs up, commenting, all that. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday. No, we might see him prior to Wednesday, right?
If we can get one of the guys here Monday or Tuesday, I'd like to do that.
Okay, so we'll keep you posted, but if not, we'll be talking about Big Brother after the show on Wednesday.
Wait, we should give shout out to the people here, right? Like we used to way back in the day. Why?
Sure.
Why? Right? People are watching.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bailey, Sharina, Gabrielle, Chrissy, Jaden, Jordan, Ruby, and that's like the last maybe 20 comments. Allie, Lodge Wars. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching, and keep coming, and we'll keep talking. So we'll see you guys soon.
So see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, Maya.
Falling on. Oh, we have to stop the broadcast. I got it. I got it.
Oh, you got